I believe that the reason why, did anybody, Maggie, did you maybe open up the YouTubes that we sent to you? Or have you not had an opportunity? Because I just
No,
want to know
yeah.
if you were able to open that. Okay, you guys must advise, because I was told that because of the transcription, they become quite big. So I'm trying to cancel the transcription and just have the recording. So I am recording at the moment.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah. No, we have, I must check with the team how far they got. So we've been through all the points of the venue setup, but we do have some questions regarding that.
That's what we're doing today. So that's what we need to look at. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you need to advise me where to go. Can you see the screen with your calendar?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go to venue setup. So let's have a look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a question with bank account upload images. Is this for the bank letter?
No,
Because
you'll see that the upload images is just a general thing. It's not individual. So only where you need to. But this is not, it's each individual section will, where you come to resources and so on, is where you will upload images. Like if you go to picture, then you upload these pictures and so on and so forth. It's better not to go here at the bottom because they just lie. Yes.
Okay, so that leads me to the next question. When you are in that menu point under pictures, where are we uploading actually the pictures, from the resort, from the accommodation and so on? Where is that to be done?
Resource categories.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then you open that category up, and then over here you will go to upload images. And then these are the images that you currently have there. You can actually put a few more in there if you want to, and you can sort them there.
Okay, sorting is how they appear in order on the homepage or when they go on the Book Now button.
Correct. And remember your category there, your category is the one that you've got online. So this is what your guests will see. And this is the URL that you have to put on your website so that people can make direct bookings into your system.
I don't understand that. Can you please, the URL we need to put on our homepage?
On your website, this is the URL where you've got a section, if you say book here or book now or whatever the case may be, you need to take the people somewhere.
Okay, but then actually only put.
Let me just show you. This is online categories.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the individual one. We don't want the individual one. We want the online categories.
Yeah,
so
correct.
this is the URL. Yes.
So show please the page again where that is. That's important for Munib as well, that we need to send to Dean.
It's this one. Reservations.
Reservations. Okay.
Online categories. URL.
URL. Okay.
Then you get to this page in your system.
Yeah.
And then this is where your pictures will show.
Okay.
Accommodation information. I think I did mention here that you may wish to, I don't know if they, you know, like for example, just things like, I don't know if you've got coffee facilities, if there is a small bar fridge, things like that, that you may want to add to the accommodation information.
Okay.
Right? And that would be under your resource categories. You have your category, and here is your information. That description that will then appear online.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Upload images over here.
Yeah.
You can check your rates over there and your minimum stay. You can check over here. So it's all under resource categories.
Okay, good.
Right? Another question that you may have?
From the team, are you having any questions?
Yes, I have a question. I'm just trying to get my notes. Okay, so section was that now again? When we go under venue details, sorry, I'm struggling to see. We're actually using my laptop to project because the laptop we were using before, Stefan is using for his meeting. I believe it was under email setup.
Just tell me what you're looking for.
Oh, so
Yes.
under the section where we put our own descriptions in for the automated response. Yes, this section over here. So when we did our drafts, we had a bunch of icons and images in the text as well. We just wanted to know, how does Q2B send that information to the guest? Will the icon be present, or will it be like a binary square or a question mark or something like that?
Have you not tested it?
No, we haven't tested it.
Okay, your best bet is going to be, if you want to do things like that, okay, and be careful of too much. What type of icons would you put in here?
It's basically the same as the emojis you would get on WhatsApp. It's tiny little icons like that.
Yeah, no, forget about that. Sorry, I'm going to be very honest with you. Most of the time, because you're not dealing, what is your age level that your customers are in?
You don't really have an age level. It will normally be between the ages of 27 to 50 or 60 years old.
Yeah, so our target group is actually 30 upwards, because due to the room rate, I think they must be 30 and above.
Okay. So Munib, so I wanted to say to you, remember these automated mails? Okay, so this is a professional, can I say, system, professional mail that you're trying to send to the customer, right? The more of those type of things you're going to include, the more likely your mail is to land in their junk mail.
Okay.
So you can try it out, but I don't believe it's, first of all, it's from a personal perspective, from my years of experience, this is an email. People who open an email don't want to see, I mean, maybe one thing like a smile when you're dealing directly with them. But this is sort of, although we want to personalize it, it's still a professional email. So I would stay away from that. But if you want to, you can try and put it in, but then you have to test it. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then while we are on the subject, while we're on the subject, I also want to mention, just check for me these two areas. Okay. Do you really want the users? Yes, maybe because you've got company email addresses, but do you literally want the? Sorry, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling with Stefan's meeting in the background, guys.
I'm sorry. Let me mute my side. Sorry.
Okay, so you need to think if you really want to have, as I say, I know you've got sort of company emails, and that's fine because then, if you're dealing with a customer, it comes back to you. But do you guys have company cell phones that you've got in the system, or is it personal cell phones? Because what we often would suggest to people is to rather say, okay, we're going to go and we're going to say, right, we're going to put the company cell phone number in there.
Yes, yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
That I was definitely thinking as well, so that we only use actually the company cell phone number, not the individual ones.
Okay, so I'm just going to do this for you. I'm just putting it directly in so that it shows there. Do you want to, sorry, I'm just thinking here, maybe you would like to add the +27? Seeing that you are dealing with a lot of international clientele. So I'll just do that for you. Okay, we need to talk about so you got that feedback, mail, user, ticket mail. Okay, I need to talk to you about this one. Because, okay.
System is complaining.
What's complaining?
Yeah, because you got the red underlined. So the spelling or grammar check is not happy with us.
Yes. Yeah, it's I just want to save that and then we can look at the individual items. Sure.
Oops.
Right, let me just go back into Q2B. I still have you online. I don't know what happened with I had some people that worked on my solar yesterday, but it's on. Okay, no problem. Let me just go back in. Maybe there were too many things happening. Hope that it was changed. Oh dear. Right, maybe I mustn't do so many at the same time. Sorry, let me just quickly do this for you. Otherwise, we have from our users. Oh, paste. I'm just going to save this and just double check. We're back. And now. All right, so that was the one thing that I want. Well, one of the things that I wanted to. What else is there from your side with your email setups?
Email setups. Yes, where was that? Let me just quickly. Where are we here? So yes. Give me just 1 second. Must be empty. So yeah. Then we don't need to put pictures in. So you explained it because I was always a bit confused when I was setting up or when I was drafting the mails. Where is it again? That you at the end can upload pictures, but this is to disregard. Okay, no, then regarding the emails, I don't have any questions, team.
Nothing more about the emails, but I do have another question.
Yeah, we
But
have.
it's not regarding emails.
Yeah.
Is it under this section, Monique?
No, it's not. It's not regarding emails.
Okay, no, I'm talking about edit venue. Is it anything here?
Yes, I have.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so
Monique,
again,
hold yours.
Sorry, have I interrupted him? Then my apologies.
No. I want us to finish this section and then we will get to his question.
Okay. So then actually, I need to get explained again rate categories. When we are on rate categories, maybe I can share my screen. Shall I share my screen if possible?
Maggie, I was hoping that because I've got some things that I want to point out in this venue detail section, rate categories is another section. So I was asking if there's anything else in this section from your side, because
no.
What I did was I sent through to you, I don't know if you managed to look at that yet. I've had a look. You asked me to have a look at these terms and conditions.
Yes.
And I wanted you to have a look here. If you read these terms and conditions.
Where are they again?
It's on the screen. Can you not, is my screen not sharing?
No, your screen is not sharing. We see something like I don't know, like a cathedral filled with a channel.
Oh, that screen. Okay, wrong screen. Let me just go back into Teams. There. Okay, so terms and conditions. Right. You talk about the remaining 50%, but you're not talking about the initial 50%.
Where are you?
I am here where it says terms and conditions.
Yes, sorry, your voice suddenly was gone. Yeah, okay.
See, you talk about remaining 50%, but remaining from what? You don't explain the initial 50%. So what I sent through to you, I'm just going to take this to that screen. Sorry, just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so I sent this through to you. And I said
Yes, I
to
can see. Yeah.
on reservation, a booking deposit of 50% will be required if the booking is made 30 plus days in advance. For less than 30 days, 100% payment is due. Should this not be made, we
Okay.
reserve the right to cancel. So have a look at this, because that's where this must go in. Then you
Okay,
can say the
perfect.
remaining 50% accommodation, all right? And then your cancellation.
All
Okay,
right.
so in red are
Good.
the things that I suggested. And then I just said here for children 6 to 16, in all instances, identity will be required. Just add that in so that you are covered as far as your terms and conditions are concerned.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Thank you.
So I sent that through to you. Then you can just, just change where I had the red. If you're happy with it,
Yes. Yeah.
then
Okay.
just where I had it in red, change it to black in the Word. In Word, you can maybe just check at these items as well, because this one wants you to sign up for Grammarly. Me, I don't know. So just change it in Word, and then you can copy and paste that.
Okay,
all right?
perfect. All right.
Okay. Closing notice is fine, and then your indemnity. I did say that I think it's all right. But remember, the system will put the area where they have to sign, so you don't have to have that, and you got it right here. So this is fine. All right. But where I want to get to you, because this is not this is a room voucher text. So that should have the same as the indemnity. This is not a voucher as in what somebody can buy.
Then we can just copy the indemnity over.
So you need to just copy that indemnity. Remember, the room voucher text, this one, is the one that you send to the travel agent without the pricing on it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, that's the one that you send to the travel agent so that they can send it to their customer. And then you want to have the terms, you'd want to have this indemnity on there. Okay.
So including the indemnity, correct? So that the voucher text is...
No, this all comes out. Remember, on the voucher, let me just explain this to you. Let me go to a reservation, right? This is the accommodation voucher. You see, this is that one. So this is the one where you will have the customer details. You will have everything that they have paid for. But now you see, this says to you it's a gift voucher, but it's not a gift voucher. This is their booking for the room.
So what, I mean, yeah.
This year is a ticket voucher. Okay, there's nothing booked there. But accommodation voucher is, there's your voucher. You've paid me as the travel agent. There's your voucher. So it's a travel agency voucher. And this is a gift voucher. So your text there must include
Including the terms and conditions.
Where room, you see, that's your other. This is your gift voucher mail.
Yeah.
So those two must be swapped around. Just go there. Ticket mail, voucher mail. This is your voucher that they bought. Okay. But the room voucher. Sorry, no, that was it's not in here. It was by the default. Sorry. Okay, so the default this year, room voucher must be exactly the same as that. And then by your emails, the voucher email, this is the gift voucher. This is the gift voucher.
Yeah, okay, understand. I understood that, Benita. But then, so the accommodation voucher text shall not only be the indemnity form, correct?
Well, you remember the customer that gets that voucher has paid the travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to know all of these other items.
No, that's understand, but with maybe a little bit introducing the resort or whatsoever, communication maybe with ETA.
Remember, you should actually, by rights, you shouldn't be communicating, well, you know, with the OTAs nowadays, it's a different story. But your travel agent do not like you to communicate directly with the customer.
I know, but once the customer is on the road, I just actually can put the information that he keeps us updated with his estimated time of arrival or something like that.
So absolutely, you can maybe put this in there, that these check-in times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can maybe put that in there. No problem. You can add in there what you want to communicate with the customer, but be careful of any, you know, discussions on payment.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm in this industry since 40 years. I know that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I just wanted to explain that this one is okay. So
Yeah,
you can change that one.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other thing that I wanted to just point out here, if you want the customer feedback, we need to just, once we've set up the feedback, this feedback profile and the questions, then you need to go and untick this, because at the moment it says you're not sending any feedback to the customer.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Right. Let's have a look at your Monique. What was there that you were talking about that you wanted to know? It was out of this section, right?
Yes, it was the questionnaire section. If you could maybe go over that again, because I tried the user manual, but sorry, I was just having some difficulty with it. If you don't mind going over it again.
Okay. I'm going to explain this again because I actually said to you, do not try and set it up yourself.
Okay.
This questionnaire, which is the questionnaire for where the people are, this one where you actually got them to check in, correct?
Yes, that was what we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I actually have prepared.
All right, we can go through the questions there, Maggie, before you send it, because it's better to send it through to support, okay?
Okay.
Because, you know, later on you can maybe add one or two questions, but let them just set it up properly and then they test it for you, because literally it is quite a complicated thing. And this goes, remember, it's like an automated thing. So you want it to be set up correctly and they will do that for you. Okay. So that's the questionnaire. Just to, I'm going to go in there so that Monique sees that, right? So if you've got the questions, have you done this, Monique?
I have done it.
No.
Have you done it, Maggie?
It was me, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to suggest to you that Okay, let's just have a look. Let's just see here, because I want to suggest to you that the questions I sent you,
Yeah.
just send it through to support at Q2B, and ask them just to double check for you, because as you can see here, there's all kinds of programming
Yeah.
things that comes in here, and it may create it could be quite fine, but usually I say
I
to people,
understand.
just do that. Yeah, I just
Can you
want
go
to.
back onto the questionnaire? Then I just have one question for the email that I need to send to support.
Okay, let me just have a look here, because I want us to test it. So I just quickly want to change this over here. Monique, this was a fake booking, am I right?
Yes, all the bookings on Q2B at the moment are fake bookings.
I don't know. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They have loaded some of your bookings, okay? They have loaded some of your customer bookings, so you just have to be careful with that. Oh, shucks, sorry. 16th, okay, save. That's right. Let's go back there. Yes, Maggie, which question are you looking at? Maggie, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Okay. You were saying
okay. So when I write the email to support, what information do they need? Because I have here your Excel spreadsheet, and then you say type multiple answers, true texts. Is this relevant? Or must I just tell them that can be a drop down, or shall I just send the questions?
All right. So let me just open up that document. Okay. So this sample that I sent to you, okay? So now what over here is basically an explanation that you say yes or no. But should you have multiple answers, okay, you need to type it in here. So I'm just doing an example here. Right? Or your selection of meals, you could say, okay, buffet, 2 course, set menu, things like that. Okay, so that you will put in there. And then if you want the system to automatically charge a price, you will add that in there.
Okay.
All right. So then they will look, they normally understand what you're trying to do here, and then they will set it up for you. But what you now do is, seeing that you've created an Excel like that with these questions?
No.
You didn't. Okay.
No.
All right. That's fine. So what I'll do is I'm going to ask them I'm going to ask Henriette to just go through this for you, but we can do it. We can just double check here as well and just see where there's something that is missing or that they can make a recommendation for change. And then we will, they can fix it up for you. Not a problem.
Okay, perfect.
Was there a specific question that you wanted to ask? You see, because where did you hear about us? So this would say, then they can type in. You see this
okay, now
here?
understand. Okay, because I would like to go forward because I'm just afraid that we don't have enough time with the 3 hours. So questions is sorted. So now that you offered actually that Henriette has a look, must I still send my questions to support?
No, just send them a mail to ask them please to check your check-in app for you.
Check-in app.
Yes, if everything is in place, the check-in app / questionnaire, and they will know what to look for.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that relates to this app that we would have here. Okay. So you see, you actually have this. This is what I wanted to say. Let's quickly test it and see how it works. So if I go there, you see now it should supply the first customer's first name. So, so there's something wrong there because it doesn't automatically fetch the customer's details from the system. Right, so let's just say email is no, I don't know. Why? How can it read the number 06? Let me just do this. Right. Date of birth, so you can put that in or just leave it out. You see there also, for example, it should fetch the customer's name. This, if you want to use a variable field, then you got to, use it according to that, the list. So it would be customer first name, for example. I'll invite you to complete a short prayer. Okay, so if you say select, then you want a drop down. Okay, so at the moment it must be completed. Right, this year, good. Physical address, that's fine. Okay, so they do want something in there. Indemnity. And then you sign. Next of kin, okay. Official requirements. Where did you hear about us? You see this also, you can have a drop down there. Right, so I think this is because now it goes back to the indemnity. Just ask them to check it for you. Okay, I don't want to spend too much further time on that.
Email sent already.
But yes, okay, great. All right. What is the next area that we wish to have a look at?
Are we still under venue setup, no?
No. I think we've because you said there's nothing else there. So which other areas? You were talking about resource. What was it? Right.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would like, I have multiple questions. Munib, is it fine that I start, or would you rather actually go and get first your questions sorted?
No, that's fine, Maggie. You can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. User access to system. This can be customized. Where can I customize that again?
User. Okay. See on the left-hand side. So the admin people, they can do everything on the system. If you want to change something for a specific user, you open up the user. You see, I'm going to go to Colette. I open up the user, and then here I've got action, and I have access, and then I can go through everything that I want to change.
Perfect.
Right? So I can just see what green is what that person would have access to. White is what they will not have access to. All right. Then if you, for example, have changed one of your users and you want to say, I want a few users to have the same thing, then you set this one as your default. So you only need to change one because it's quite a few things to go through. You set that as a default. And then when you open the others, you say copy from user, and then it will give you all the users' names, and then you can say that one. You only need to do it for one if you want to do it for all your users.
Great, right? Perfect. All right.
And then you can just, if you've made changes, you can save the changes and then take it from there.
Okay, good.
All right. Okay.
All right. Then upload attachments. Where was that? There, upload attachments. There I was lost again.
Okay. So if you go to, well, you need to make sure, first of all, that you've got whatever you want to upload must be in PDF format. Okay. Right. Then you go and you give it a name. So you would say terms and conditions or indemnity or bank details or whatever you want to do there, right? So you give it a description and then you say choose file, and then you go and choose that file that is in your
for understand.
Yeah. So you choose the PDF and then you create it. Oh, you first create it and then you upload it.
So, and these are attachments that we can get out of the system when we communicate with a guest via email. That's what the attachments are for.
Correct. You can do it. You can add it. You can add it as an automatic attachment to your resources. So if you have your specific resource and you say let's just have a look at your function room. So for example, in your function room, you would have here function menus or room setup or something here. Can you see here, right? Top, bottom, right? Then you will select it for that specific resource and you save it. Then if you would book that resource in your reservation, the customer will automatically get that attachment. Otherwise, if you go and you mail a customer, then you would be able to select the attachment here.
Okay.
So upload attachments and then from there. Right. Next question.
Monique, if you got a question, I need to quickly make notes.
Yeah, no, we don't have a question. Most of the things I wrote down I actually found in the user manual.
Okay, perfect.
And I was going through them
right.
on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
then,
So it's worked for you.
So I don't have the time to go through the menu. I was writing my questions down. Okay. Functions. I just wrote down, Stefan, functions. Let's go back to functions again when I function sheet. So the function sheet is internal information for food and beverage department and admin department, or how must I understand that again?
Okay. Function sheet is it's your communication and your confirmation with your customer.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's completed, then you would be able to download it. Or you know, your users would be able to open it up, or you would be able to print it out and give it to your waiters or your setup staff or whatever the case may be.
Got
Right.
you.
So there's a link. So in reservations, again, sorry, let me just, you'll see here, if you have a booking and you select a function sheet here, then you could mail the function sheet to the customer. Right. There's action there. You can complete it yourself, or you can print the function sheet, and then print extended function sheet would take you to all the details. So extended function sheet would include your costings and pricing and everything like that, whereas just that print function sheet would just be the norm, you know, just as relating to the setup and how many people
So
and
where
date
is
and
then
time.
pulling, yeah, understand. Where is then retrieving the function sheet, the information from?
You need to set up the function sheet, right? So you set it up here. So you would save, say, action, create new, wedding or something. Maggie, what I think I'm going to do is, for the sake of the function sheet, I'm just going to go out of your system. Just give me a chance. Let me demonstrate.
I'll be back in a second. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I am back. Sorry for that.
Okay. Let me show you here in my, so I have got function sheets, right? You can see here, I've got a whole selection of function sheets, which I have uploaded. There I can see what the function sheet is all about. But I'll start here, action, create new, then I give it a name. The freeze, period would be, I set that so that the customer cannot go and make changes. So I've got 5 days over here. So my conference function sheet, 5 days before the time, the customer will not be able to click on the link and make any changes. But up to 5 days, they will be able to make changes.
Okay. We can't see how that would look like when it's printed, huh?
Yes, I can show you. I just want to run through this. So the way that we set up, so for example, I've got the seating arrangements, remembering that you don't have to put in here what is the name of the function, or the contact details, because you got it all in the reservation. Right. So you're going to ask, okay, the seating arrangements, these are just examples, all right? What time will the delegates arrive? Service times, do you require something? So your function sheet is divided into questions. So here you create the questions. You can do it as a header, then it will be it will be in bold. Right? Okay, so here you can see the function sheet questions. You go to the I. So this is what it would look like. There's going to be your logo, your customer name, the coordinator, the dates, the amount of guests, that reservation title comes from your reservation. That's why I kept on saying to make sure that you write conference and then the company name, or wedding and the company name. Right. But this is the name I gave it. Then it will be the first column is time and the second column are notes. Right. So when you complete that
so the
function,
sorry for interrupting. The first column is times, which the software is also retrieving out of the information we were feeding the booking with.
It's a drop-down box. It's an automatic drop-down box. Let me show you. So here is my function sheet. So I've selected the conference function sheet. This is what the customer will see. Right? So we need to make sure these questions. No? All right. What seating arrangements? So I can say the U shape, then the customer can go and say U shape. Right? And yes. What time will delegates arrive? Then I've got my drop-down box at 8 o'clock. What time was me serve morning tea? Then I've got my drop-down box again. Time for lunch. You see, these are all those, but you may have something in between. Mid-afternoon is 1500. And then, do you require data projector? Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Do you need full conference meal packages? It explains there, and you can have a selection there, and they make their selection. And then again, text. Okay, so the customer, once they filled that in, they're going to have, instead of back to quote, it says here back to quote because I'm in the system. The customer will have submit. Right? And then when I go back to this function sheet, if I print the extended function sheet, there's all my details, there's my times, there's my comments.
Are we sending then, when we send this function sheet, is that function sheet sent with a URL link? Or because now I'm
if I say mail function sheet,
yeah,
then the customer is going to get that link.
Okay.
And it will be, remember my email, I've set up my email, and in the email is the link, and when they click on the link, then they're basically going to go to, then they will get this.
Okay.
Right. And then you can mail the function sheet again to the customer. They can look at it, they can agree to it, etc. So those are all automated services as far as the function sheet is concerned. Any more questions on the function sheet?
Not from my side.
I'm just going to go back into your system, right? Questions that I would like to go over I want to cover these questions, and then we want to go through your CRM. Remember that, yeah.
Yeah, well, remember that. Rate category details linked are my notes. So can we have a look again at first at the rate category?
Okay, when I set up a new rate category, please just to start off with, I'm setting it up as a name, a rate category. I have to then go here at the bottom at customers and rates, and I need to make sure that I'm sort of duplicating a specific rate over here. So I've got dinner, bed and breakfast, and I'm selecting, I've got give it a name, and then I'm selecting the rate category over there. This name is what you will have in your selection when you make a selection for the customer.
So you go on to customer. Can you please go down again to
customer, company rate, right? Let me just show you from scratch. I'm going to have a huge big section here if I want to create a company. However, if I only want a rate, I click on that and then it just asks me for a name.
Okay,
and then I select from the rate categories that I have created on this site. So I first create my rate category, then go down to customers, then I go and do it over here as well.
Okay, when can we go back to rate category then again?
Yes, there we are.
Yeah, I need the explanations again for the 3 boxes there.
Okay. The 3 boxes is for your department. You either have departments or one department. Now I've got, for example,
that's the breakdown. That's the breakdown.
That's where we have.
Understand.
This is the percentage. Remember?
Yeah, I got you.
Under rate category, it's percentage. So I'm going to say 80% is the bed.
Understand. I'm with you.
10 and 10. Okay. All right. So that's
absolutely with you. Okay.
That's that one. Yeah, and then just a quick one. Remember, online means from your website. That's what the customers would be able to select. So when the customers go to online categories of this section here, you see there we've got standard and we got dinner, bed and breakfast.
I got you. All right.
That's your online.
Okay. Then the rate generator again.
Right. The rate generator. This is one method of doing it. A lot of times people want to create specific time frames over here, but we've created a new method under all availability, where you can go and create your rates.
So in other words, your rate generator functions like I would have specials in Knightsbridge, where I have, besides the normal room rate, I'm running last minute option, for instance, or does it override the normal room rate, or will it be shown additionally?
I always need to create a rate category, except if it's seasonal rates. Right? So if I want to run a special, the special is better arranged by doing a promotional code.
So for what is then the rate generator used for?
Quite honestly, this is the old system of Q2B. This was the way that we always used to generate rates. But if you want to create rate for a few of your categories, the same rate, then it's better to go to rate generator, because then you select all the categories here. If you do it under all availability, you can only create one at a time. So I can just explain, you know, some people would have a deluxe room and a luxury room and a superior room, you know, and they've got different names because of what they supply, but their rates are all the same. Then it's better to use the rate generator, because then you can do a few at a time. And then also the other thing that I have, as far as the rate generator is concerned, is, of course, if you want to copy rates. Sorry, I'm just wait for it to open. So if I have created my standard rate, I think I showed you this one. I create my standard rate, and then I want to create my STO rate from the standard rate.
So the standard rate was now the rate category.
Yes, so I have created a rate category for standard, so it's in the system. Now I want to go and I want to create an STO rate. So I would say the rate comes from, I'm copying, so remember it says copy rate. So I'm copying it from my standard rate. Don't do the room. And then my adjustment would be, say, minus 20. I don't put percentage because there it says percentage. And that is how we created your STO rate, because we said it is 20%, it's minus 20% from your standard rate is your STO rate.
But we are not from room category, okay, because we work with categories and not with rooms. So I don't need to select the room. Okay.
You have to select your resource. You always have to select your resource. But for example, over here, I can, you know, I can say I want to select all the resources. That's what we did. Then we said we're creating a new rate. So we're creating the STO from my standard B&B rate, which I already created for all these resources. So for all the resources off my standard rate, I'm taking 20%. Then I copy that and I generate over here.
Das ist noch das neue Softwareprogramm, Papa. Okay, understand. Okay. Got
Right,
you.
I'm not, Maggie, I'm not literally showing it now because we have done this. So if you
No, I know now what I know now what to do, but I couldn't wrap my head around it because Q2B has just different terminology to what I was used in the industry. So I just need to understand. So this is my setup rates. The rate generator is to set up my rates. Okay. Got you.
Right.
Easy.
So the difference between setting up my rates in the rate generator and in all availability is in the rate generator, I can select a few resources at the same time and I can do a discount. In the all availability, it's much quicker, but I cannot do a few and I can't do a discount.
Got you.
Right.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question, if I just need to check if I understood it correct. Cut-off time is actually close-out periods, in other words. Where units or categories are not available due to renovation or maybe
no.
Okay.
Cut-off time. Cut-off time is, for example, let me show you here. It is during these times. People cannot make a booking after this time for the same day.
Cut-off time. That's only cut-off time.
Online bookings.
Yeah, got you.
But the system will always tell them that they can contact you.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Online for online. Then I have made a mistake.
The one you're referring to is called...
Can't do bookings. Just a second. Can't do bookings. Same day. Okay, got that. All right, yeah, because I have done then actually a mistake with the late 10s. I've seen it that it is actually a close-out time where the units are not available.
That's stay requirements.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So your stay requirements are where you've got different options where you can set, let me just show you, you can set the minimum nights. You can do a no arrival and a no departure, but it's mainly here for the big places. It's minimum nights and the room is closed.
Yeah, and then what does the drop down window, no action? So if I say, can you just, where it says closed,
I would
then I can set it. Okay.
Okay.
And where do I set the, there is from to, got you. All right. Rate minimum category. Nights. Yeah. Understood everything. That's fine. So just quickly that I wrap my head around a drop-down window under rate categories. That would be for all categories, or I just choose. And where are my rooms?
Resources.
Ah, so Mensch, die neuen Wörter, all these new Resource is, okay, meine Herrschaftszeiten.
Yeah, you see,
Resource is
yeah,
same
you see
as
the
room.
difference is Knightsbridge only does rooms. That's why they call it rooms. Whereas Q2B do rooms and
Yeah.
functions and
Yeah.
activities and all of those, and those are the ones that's called the
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah, yeah. No, and my knowledge from opera and Fidelio, that's already over 25 years old. So, Gotcha. Okay, got it. Stay requirements for close-up periods. Okay, got it. Next period. Goody. So then actually by the cutoff times, what I have done there now, they can't, I need to double check that then. Okay. All right, to be, okay, double check. Got it. Then my next question is, Monip, anything from your side?
No, Maggie, nothing from our side.
Okay, cool. Then I continue. Question, price list group. Price list group. I was struggling with that as well. Price list group. It was under setup.
Okay, I want to show where it comes in. Then you know, it would probably be better to understand that. Okay, so if I do make a reservation, I put this in there, it will come through here. If I've got a price list group and I've called it food, I'll have the food and then it will say 2-course menu, buffet menu, breakfast menu, whatever the case may be. Then I will have, underneath that, there will be another group that says, for example, clothing. And then I can have extras, you know, a peak and a t-shirt and a hat and shorts and whatever. And then I can have another group that says room extras. You know, then I can say, all right, there's an extra bed for the child, or there's a turn down cost.
Understand. So then
all
actually
comes in here with your extras is
yes.
the group.
Okay, so then the price list group is by department, food and beverage, accommodation, maybe curio shop, or activities.
You can do that. So this we can I would, if you say this one, then I would say,
are we now
under your price list group. Just make sure. So you were saying food and beverage, right? I would just say food and beverage, okay. Accommodation. Then you can create a new group. You want to do a curios or?
Yeah, let's just do the exercise. Then I might understand that better. When you go on to create,
it's just a drop down. Remember, this is just the drop down, so that at the end of the day, we can allocate your price list. The price list items you allocate to a specific group.
Okay, then can just if I may ask, can we quickly go on to the price list?
Yeah, so at the moment you only have these two items. You just got the 2-course menu and the extra bed.
Got it. Price list. Super. Okay, I'm with you.
Right?
I'm with you. Okay. All right, that's that. That answers the question. Style requirements we have then as well. Perfect. Venue link. I'm not sure why I made the note venue link.
Okay. Venue link is again, I'm just sort of trying to explain to you here. It is a link which you have with other Q2B customers, which you can set up. All right.
Okay.
So, for example, if in your area you have a theater and the theater sells tickets, and you would advertise to your customers that, you know, they can buy theater tickets through you, then if you've got the you know, you make the deal with them and then you do the setup from both sides, you know, you got the venue link set up. So you will go and say, right, I'm creating a new setup and I'm looking for that establishment, right? And I'm going to say, all right, if the theater books accommodation with me, so I'm setting it up for them because I'm going to pay them commission for making bookings with me.
Okay. All right.
I will find that place, I will set it up, then I'm going to say, right, the base is percentage, and I'm going to say, when you book with me, I'm going to give you 10% off my standard rate.
Got you, understand. All right.
Okay. And that's the system will then track it for you in your management reports, and then you know what to pay each other commission.
Okay, got you.
Report. Okay.
All right. We got what a resource pool. The resource pool was again for when we have when we have for the treatment rooms, for instance, the no, now I lost myself.
Okay.
The resource pool is when we have multiple activities which are linked actually to, call it a venue or a treatment room, then we can set up the pool. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's the resource pool is for activities who can be doubled up over time slots.
Yes, okay.
So that you don't double book a time slot with resources, limited resources.
Okay, good. Then resources I got as well. So then I only actually have here setup style. Where was that again? The setup style. Yeah. Ach so, this is again function rooms. Got you. Okay, alles klar. I'm with you. Yeah. Okay. Customer groups and revenue groups. And then I'm through with my questions, believe it or not.
Customer groups is where you divide, where your customers, yeah. So you got your customer list. Then you can select it amongst groups and you can, you know, you can mail them or you can do whatever you need to, because if they fall under a group, then you can divide them into different groups.
Okay, customer. Okay.
Right. And then most of the time we find that establishments have the same revenue group as the customer group. So, you know, that customer's revenue goes to accommodation. So our revenue group is more about, as it says, revenue.
Yeah.
So I will, when I start looking at my management reports and I look at my revenue, then I will find, you know, whatever business these customers did would fall under the specific revenue group. But you will see that it also comes back here to your customer relations management, your revenue group.
Yeah.
Very important thing within your reservations, the system will always force you to select a revenue group.
Okay. All right.
You need to go and look on this side because accommodation is your default under, this is customer group, this is revenue group. So your default is accommodation. So
sorry,
if
revenue, sorry for interrupting. Revenue group is left, customer group is right on. Okay.
Customer ID, yes.
Okay.
Right. So this is a default, so it will fall back to accommodation if it's accommodation booking, and then you got to go and select whether it's corporate or wedding or something like that.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Again, from my experience, I just want to mention to you that this, what is corporate? You know, I would rather, if you're going to have some people, let me explain. Some customers will say leisure accommodation, corporate accommodation. They will have conferencing. Conferencing is just corporate, okay? And then they will have weddings. So I will definitely, because, you know, sometimes you're going to have corporate accommodation and it's a different customer group to your leisure accommodation. So that's just what I would rename corporate to conferencing, and then accommodation, leave it at accommodation, or do two sections, leisure accommodation and corporate accommodation.
Okay.
That's just a suggestion. All right.
All right. Okay. So I think that was my last question.
Okay, I just want to go here where we talk about the feedback profile. Remember, you need to go and complete these feedback profiles. And if you want to create different profiles, for example, when you want to do one for conferencing, you will just create another one that says conferencing. Sorry.
Where was that again? That was under venue setup.
Feedback profiles. Right. So when you go to action, you create a new one. This is you just creating a Dropbox. So you say conferencing, right? And you create that. And then you do another one for weddings. Weddings, and you create that.
Okay.
And then when you open it up with a pen on the right-hand side, here at the top is where you're creating the questions.
And that's okay.
And remember, it is a rating scale, so you need to set the questions in such a way that people can rate it 1 to 5, grumpy face, smiley face.
Yes, okay. Okay.
And this is the default. So if you do not select your customer, your revenue group, it will always go to accommodation. The people will still receive it. So if you don't select in your reservation, if you have here accommodation, it's going to go to accommodation. If you have corporate, then it must go there. So your feedback, you need to make sure that you set it for the right customers.
Right.
Got revenue group. You see, and what you will do is, you see, you got your accommodation revenue. Yeah, by the revenue groups. Then you would need to select your feedback profile. But that will then go, that profile will go to your accommodation people. If you do spa, you want a feedback profile that says spa. Otherwise, they're going to get the accommodation one, and you don't want them to get the accommodation one because it's not going to give you the feedback that you're looking for. So this you also need to set up is your revenue groups, which links to your feedback profile. And then your questions. So by rights, you should have a feedback profile for each one of these. I don't know where the extras came in here. Because these are your revenue groups.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. All right. So we have the revenue groups. Got you, I'm with you.
So create your feedback profiles to go with the revenue groups, and then you create the questions relating to those specific departments. And then you link the revenue group to the feedback profile.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, are those the questions? Was there something else? I know that's what I had from my side. So it was I had that room voucher text, and I had the feedback, which I wanted to show you. Then the questionnaires. So you've sent the message through to them. Okay, so I want to actually know from the other group, Monique, if you guys can guys and girls can give me some feedback. Have you ever heard of a customer relations management system? Have you ever worked with one?
I believe Andrea worked with one, but I haven't personally worked on a CRM before.
Okay, can Andrea just come on and just explain to me what she's used it for or something, please?
I think she just went to the toilet really quickly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Not
Can we maybe then have a 5 minutes break so that everyone quickly can go to the loo?
I was just gonna say I wish. Okay, let's do that. It's 13:44. Shall we say 13:55? That gives us about 11 minutes.
Perfect.
Okay,
That's perfect.
right.
Great. See you then in 11 minutes. Thanks.
Okay, I'm back. Are we online?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, I'm just checking on Maggie.
Bonita, I've spoken to Andrea, and sorry, I might have misunderstood her, but she just told me now she also hasn't worked on a CRM system before.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. I just wanted to know at what level, I must pitch
Yeah.
everything so I can show you, I can explain everything
Okay.
from scratch. Okay, all right. So I'm just waiting for Maggie to let me know she's on, and then we will go.
Right.
Sorry for my delay. I'm back.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm going, I've just said to Munib, I'm going to explain basically from scratch so that, it's recorded and everybody can understand what it is all about. So what a CRM system is, it's customer relations management. It can be used for different purposes. The first purpose that you would use it for is reminders of payments. It can be sent through as that relationship management, as in, we look forward to welcome you to our establishment. After they left, although we've got the feedback, so the feedback report would be part of it's basically managed through your CRM. That's why I'm saying it's important to set it up and select your revenue group, because the whole CRM here is driven by that revenue group. People also use it for marketing purposes and those type of things. But because it's an automated scenario, we need to make very, very sure that if we set it up and we make it live, that it actually do not upset our customers by giving them a reminder when they actually have paid and that type of thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's with setup, we need to be very careful in how we're doing this type of thing. So the first thing that we start off with is we've set our revenue groups. Our revenue groups comes from the section that we've got over here. Revenue groups are those where we're dividing the business into various revenues. Now, you will, if I have got an accommodation booking, there's going to be different terms and conditions for my accommodation payments than what I may have for my wedding customers. There would be probably different payment options for my conferences versus my weddings. Okay, so that is why it's important to first decide how we're going to do it as far as our revenue groups are concerned. Right? Then we've got what we call a CRM profile. So when I set up a CRM profile, I'm literally going to go action, create new. So I want to say, I want to create a profile for accommodation. I'm going to first make it inactive, and I'm going to create that. Then what I want to do is I'm now going to create timelines. I'm going to create reminders. And these reminders are very much linked to your payment terms and conditions. So you need to set up that reminder.
Benita, sorry for interrupting. So the CRM reminder is linked with payments. Is that correct?
It's reminders of different items. One of them is payment.
Aha. Linked to different. Yeah.
Yeah. Make your note. Make your note.
Yeah, that's fine. Just repeat that again. So the CRM reminder is?
It's linked to different contacts which I want to have with the customer. So instead of doing it on a manual basis, we're setting it up through our CRM.
Okay.
Now, again, yeah, as I said, it's quite important to set it up correctly. And that is why I'm going to give you an example on your system so that you've got it. But then the rest of the explanations I don't want to do in your system because I don't want, it must be set up correctly.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, what are your payment terms and conditions? If a customer books, all right, this is very much, okay, it's not just online, but think. The customer books through your website, right? So they book in July 2025 and they want to come to your place in October 2025, right? So now say the customer books on the 15th of July. When should their first payment be made?
On time of booking.
Right. Now, I don't do it at time of booking.
Okay.
You understand? Because yours
said that when
so
the book, a 50% deposit is, yeah.
Yes. 50% deposit is due how long after making the booking to secure that booking?
Okay. Let's say, for example, 7 days.
So my reminder is going to be okay, deposit due for reservation. These things I'm doing this as a training. All right, you can change the wording at a later stage or something. My time trigger is after the status was set. So in other words, after they made the booking and pardon, did you say 7 days?
Yes.
Right. So we have to work out what is 7 times 24, which gives me 168 hours. Now, I cannot demand a deposit if my booking is only a quotation.
Say again, please.
I cannot demand that they pay me a deposit if I only did a quotation for them. So I need to say the status has to be in invoice. Remembering also that when a customer makes an online booking, they've clicked on your website, they made that booking, they would receive an invoice. Their booking would be in invoice.
So then the booking status is then automatically when they book online invoice.
Correct.
Okay.
So now I've made the booking, I've received my invoice, but I haven't paid. Now, 7 days after I've made my booking, I must get a reminder to tell me that I have not paid my 50% deposit. The system is not going to change the status of my booking. So I leave that. Now I want to, because what must happen is the person who made the reservation is the user, right?
Say again, sorry, I missed that.
The user. The user is going to be the person that made the reservation.
When it
or
isn't,
if it's online, then there's not going to be anything like that, right?
But we must.
This would be for internal.
Yes, but we must tick it because it will then apply when we capture a booking in the system, when the user is capturing the booking.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. Please, I just want to just give me one moment, please. I just want to make sure I have this. You see now, because now you're very much going to use what we call the variable field, which would probably be page 24, 25 in your manual. Because I'm going to now say, please note that okay, and then I must make sure reservations number, I have got to make sure I put in the correct variable field so that the system will go and find that reservation number. And the correct variable field is quote ID. And if you remember when we spoke about the emails, this is your variable field. So reservation number, so I say quote ID. Oh, sorry. Or, and then I have start date. If you set this up, if you go start date and you put date with a lowercase, the system is going to send an email to say, please note that reservation number, quote ID for start date. You know what I'm saying? It will use these words if it's not correct, but if it is like this, then it will be right. So the reservation number for deposit is due and not yet paid. Right. So this is an internal thing. You don't have to say from who it comes or anything like that. You just, I mean, this is just a reminder that the user will get. Okay. But now I want to now send my customer a reminder. So I'm going to say, I mail the customer. I want to include the original invoice. And if I have an attachment, I'm going to include that attachment, whether it's my terms and conditions or my indemnity or whatever, but it would usually be the terms and conditions of payment. So I want to have that as a separate attachment so I can include it here. Right? And then the message is going to be, and again, very important, if you are, and this is where different establishments are, if you on a more casual basis, for example, you will say dear Tom, or otherwise you will say, but then you got to do obviously Mr. or Mrs. And you're going to say last name and. So it will say, dear Mr. or Mrs. Jones. Yeah. But it, that makes it difficult because the system do not allow you to have any terms, titles like that. Right. Then you're going to say, your booking has attached refers. I'm just, please, as I say, you can go and change this. Then you can say the 50% deposit is due to secure your booking. And then you can say, you can give it the quote ID again, but you have attached it. So remember, you've attached that quote, but maybe just say that again, right? And then you say for, and then you got the, sorry. You see, that's where the mistake could come in, is if you leave a space there, it's going to be a problem. So you say start date, for your booking, quote ID, for start date, because it is due. Yes. Should you wish to cancel this booking, please advise accordingly. And then you would say, and then you can say regards, and you can say user. You can use the username, which will be user and capital. And oops, you see there is a problem. Username and capital, and then you can say and you can say okay, you've got the venue email. Right. Okay, so that is your first reminder that you are creating. If you decide to use the SMS system, which the Q2B allows you to use, then you can send them an SMS. You create a message which is going to go via SMS. But remember, the SMS is a separate entity, and you've got credits, so each SMS costs you money. If you decide to go with the WhatsApp bot that is also integrated with Q2B, then you will set up the WhatsApp over here. But the WhatsApps, the whole system with the WhatsApp, you need to set that up first, and they have got specific templates which you have to then link to this, to your
Say again.
CRMs.
Say that again, please.
The service provider for the WhatsApp system, they have got specific templates. And when you set up your system, you're going to link specific templates of theirs with your type of communication you want to have with the customer. And then you will select that template from their selection.
So the WhatsApp provider is Meta.
Maggie, that's a whole separate setup scenario. I'm just trying to explain to you what that provider will give you their templates, and then your message is linked to that template.
How do we know who's our provider, or is it also an extra service that we pay?
That's what I said, that there's a WhatsApp bot service that Q2B is integrated with.
Wow, and where do we find? Will you later explain where we find the information?
That's a separate scenario. You pay X amount of thousands rand per month to have that service. It's a complete different service. It's a different service provider, but they integrate it. So you can send the WhatsApp via Q2B.
Understand. Okay. I'm with you.
Understanding that Q2B offers the service of free emails.
Meaning?
Any email, all the emails is free, is part of Q2B. But should you wish to send an SMS to customers, you pay extra for a different service provider. If you want to contact your customers via WhatsApp, you pay separate for another service provider, but you can do it through Q2B.
Got you.
But that's not free. But this mail is free.
What means actually send miscellaneous mail?
Okay, this is what I'm trying. So now, if remember, miscellaneous is where it says BCC normally.
Aha.
Okay. So if you want to send this reservation to another person or another department, if you send it to a customer and you want to send it also to finance, then you would do that. And then you would say, write the emails and then the message, the miscellaneous message. And then you save this reminder. So now what's going to happen? I just want to make sure everything is inactive. So now, 7 days after people made a booking, because it will automatically be an invoice, they haven't paid 50%, the user will receive a mail, the customer will receive a mail.
The user, okay. A question comes to my mind. We have 2 ladies in the reservation, but they're logging in with 2 different email addresses and one is inactive, so that we can just see the history of who has done what. Where will that email be sent when it's for the user? To the login email address?
Yes, it's going to be the one that's linked to that user.
Nice.
But remember,
Yeah.
your system has got a CC mail. So every mail, every copy will go to your standard email.
But then that doesn't.
Benita,
Yes.
I have a question. Sorry, I had to step away for a minute while you were busy setting this up. I just wanted to ask a question. The reminder that you create, for example, a reminder to pay the outstanding 50% of the booking, for example. If the guest has already made the payment and we have everything linked to Q2B, for example, we're using PayFast or BizFo, and on the system it shows that the outstanding balance is 0. Would the guest still receive a payment reminder?
No, because it's
Okay.
value trigger paid
Yes.
less than 50%. Okay, so
Okay.
this is at the 50% stage.
Okay.
Right. So
sorry, yes, I missed that
trigger,
section.
Yeah. So that's what the trigger is, to trigger to send the email.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Thank you.
But now, Monique, it's important to understand that whoever does the recording of the payments, as long as you've got an EFT option, you will have to stay on this and make sure that you record the payment.
Yeah.
So that the customers, if they've paid, etc.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the other thing that you can do is, for example, you can also You can say, if you wish to keep the reservation, please make payment. Or if you have paid, please.
Please send POP. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's just that, sorry if we missed it.
Mm. Okay, thank you.
Right. Now, the other reminder that you want as far as your accommodation is concerned is now final payment due on. Right? So our time trigger here is before the event starts. Right? And now what we've got is 30 days, correct?
Yes.
So 30 days gives us 720 hours. Again, it has to be in an invoice. The value trigger is paid less than 100%, because at this stage I want 100%, remember? Now I can say at this stage, but I don't want, because remember they still got 30%, so I just want to send them a reminder. I'm going to do nothing to this reservation. Again, I'm going to action the user. So our time is running. So you now know how to create these reminders. You're going to mail the customer. You're going to include the invoice. You're now going to say, I'm just going to say, for example, final amount on invoice, and you can say 100% is due, right? And then you can say, should this not be paid? Uh, 7 days. This. Yeah, I'm just using wording here. You can put it differently, whatever the case may be. Right, then once again, you got everything else. Then you create a reminder. Only if you want to, right? But now you would say, right, before the event starts, and now we're going to say, all right, we did send them that 30-day reminder. Now we've got the 23-day cancellation. So now we're on 552 hours. Right?
Why are we coming up with 23 days?
30 minus 7. Because on the previous one, we said, okay, we'll still give them 7 days. It's just samples, Maggie. You guys can go and change everything. Or how do you want to do it?
Sure. Not sure. I think I need to discuss that actually with Stefan and Munib.
Exactly.
Munib,
That's why
are you wrapping your head around that?
That's why I'm keeping this all inactive. This is what you're going to go back to. You're going to listen to the recording, and you're going to go and set up the system the way that you want it. All right. Unless For example, you're going to say final payment due, but you see your terms and conditions says the final payment is due 30 days. So I can now go and immediately delete this booking, but I don't want to do that. So I'm saying, all right, your final payment is due. And then I say to the customer, if this is not paid within 7 days, or you can make it 2 days, or whatever the case may be, but this is just another reminder. Then I say my final one is now I'm saying, right, I have given you another 2 days. So we got 28 days, which gives me 672 hours. Invoice value trigger, paid less than the 100%, right? Action, delete. Mail the user, quote number has been deleted. Send the customer the mail, send them the invoice, including attachments, which would say terms and conditions, right? Message, due to non-payment, your res has been cancelled. Right? You can always say, should you wish to reinstate this res, please contact. Okay, so you cancel. This is now the reservation is going to be cancelled if they haven't paid it within that time slot. And you save that. So there you've got 3 reminders that's gone out to the customer. After making the booking, before the start of the reservation, and before the start of the reservation. And yes, the only time you're going to change the status is to put it in deleted. These are all the different things that you can do. Another one that you can do is, okay, this is now information on our activities. So time trigger is before the event starts, and then you say, all right, let's send this out 7 days before they arrive. Invoice, value trigger, it's fully paid. You don't change anything. You actually don't have to mail the user. You can mail the customer. You can include the invoice, or you don't have to, because it has nothing to do with the invoice now. And your attachment would be a copy of all the activities and what is available. And then you've got, dear customer, here with some information on our activities. Please book online. You can say online, and then you put in that URL for your activities, or contact us to assist. So these are the different things that you can use for your accommodation customer. For your conference customer, again, it all depends on what your terms and conditions are.
Yeah.
Then you will have different reminders and different messages. So this is a big thing. This is also quite a big setup to go and look at what are your terms and conditions for accommodation, what are the terms and conditions for a function or a wedding, what are the terms and conditions for the spa or whatever the case may be. Right? So now if you do want to send a URL, then these are, obviously you're going to include this URL. Then if people click on it, then they can make their booking here. All right. Okay, and then what's going to happen is you will see that, okay, it's not going to show anything, hopefully. Yes, nothing has gone through. But you're going to have these CRM reminders. And it's going to have the description with the user, right? The user can then go and make notes. And it will show your reservation and the title and everything like that. The customer's emails. So it would say, customer, or whatever that whatever my heading was, will be that title. And then it will give these details of each and every customer that actually received these emails, so that you can pay attention to that on a daily basis. So if you got that report, you're going to then you can print it out, or you can actually go and physically create a new reminder for a specific customer. So you go to a specific reservation number and then you send them a reminder. But these other ones are automated. Let me go out of, because I don't want to create too many for you, so that then you have to go and change maybe a lot of things if I'm not doing it the way that you like to do that. So I'm going to just go back to my demo just to show you a few things that we have got in place. Right, so in my CRM, I have got reminders for different items, okay? If I look at my accommodation, right, so I have set it in such a way that after 12 hours, the customer will get a reminder to say your deposit is due, but it has to be an invoice, right? Paid less, 50%. I mailed the user, I mailed the customer. Then after this is just another one, but it's not, it's not in sequence because of the way that I've demonstrated it. There I've sent them reminders of the game drives. There I've cancelled my booking. I said, after 48 hours after the invoice, if 50% deposit is not been paid, I automatically cancel this invoice. There's my attachment. So I'm attaching my terms and conditions. And then due to non-payment, the booking has been cancelled. But there's information of our events. You know what else I've set up here? If we look at, yeah, so conferencing, for example, I reminded them to make a booking for their dinner. I sent them a copy of the game drive after payment received. You know, then once you've got the payment, you want them to do different things. Yeah, I haven't set up anything. Right, but these are sort of the examples that we've got. You know, okay, there's the activity. So I said, all right, you know, you need to bring an umbrella, or you remind them of specific dress code if they're coming to do a quad biking. They can't be wearing high heel shoes, you know, or please remember to bring your tackies along. So any form of that. Most of the time, it's, you know, because of my demo, you know, I've done it according to payments, but there's a lot of other things. You know, you can, for example, with weddings, you know, remember to send out the link so that your customers can register. You know, you've sent them that registration link that will automatically go, but then if you know, you can just send them a reminder again after a month or 2 months or whatever for the weddings. I think I did mention this before. We actually have a YouTube channel. Let me just see if I can find it.
Benita, while you're doing the search, I might have been on the call when you mentioned this earlier. Those CRM, the reminders, can you actually create reminders for yourself? Can there be internal reminders as well?
Yeah, then you just tick the user.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just wanted to check.
You just,
so I can
you just
even create
user.
something for myself. Just to remind myself I mustn't forget about XYZ. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So there's the YouTube channel, right? So Q2B Solutions, YouTube Q2B Solutions, and then there's you know, there's a lot of different ones. These are advertisements that we've got out now, but you can go and see that there are actually ones that let's see, when CRM. I know there's a CRM Q2B. There we go. So there's some the CRM training. Q2B CRM training. So there's one. Okay. Right. Further questions?
Oh, not from my side at the moment. Monique, from your side, anything?
No, we're fine. I've asked my question, so everyone else is okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
Okay. I just want to remind you again now. I mean, I see there's a few people here that made some bookings, but you know, you haven't sort of recorded payments. And you know, I'm not sure if you've used all the action buttons with splitting and that type of thing. All right. It's important that you do that, right? because once you get going, you have to be able to do it in the right way. Otherwise, you're going to, have a lot of issues and that type of thing. So you got the time to practice now. I know Stefan wants to go live as soon as possible, and it's obviously an internal decision which you're going to make, when it's going to happen. But Monique, I wanted to show you, I think from here onwards, these reservations are actually your actual reservations, because it was given through to us and we uploaded it for you.
When was
You see,
given
all of
to you?
these. Well, I'm sure you gave it to Henriette.
Yeah, but it depends on the time of the day when we gave it to you, because I'm sure that we had new bookings coming in, especially as well for Urban Life.
Oh, there we
Urban
go.
Life is not yet set up, so I'm not sure how that looks like.
Yeah, I've taken a look at the calendar now and I can see the bookings for November. I believe that's the bookings. Because all the bookings we received so far on Knightsbridge were all, yeah, it's all from November onwards.
Yeah, so I think there we really need to have a close look that we do have, that we're not missing out one. Oops, that's ja by here. Oopsie. No?
Okay, so whatever you can sort your bookings here according to dates, right?
Where do you
can-
see, Monique? Sorry. Now it just took a time. Okay, got it. All right.
Are you still seeing my screen with the reservations list? Yeah. All right.
Um,
Your reservations.
no, we don't see your screen. I don't
Okay.
see your screen.
Now, there we go. This is your reservations list. Okay. So basically what you will look at is date from, okay? But you look at your title, your last name, right? These beside note ones, I'm going to delete them for you. Okay, there we go. So she has fixed your app. Can you see that? There's a booking that Henriette made.
Yes, she sent me an email, but because she said support doesn't know what I want regarding that check-in thingy. But I haven't read it. I just saw it coming up on my screen.
I don't know if she copied me in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She hasn't copied me in on it.
Okay, then
okay, maybe just forward it to me, and then I can also tell her what I was telling you to do.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so basically what we need to do is just to go through these bookings, because obviously, as I say, I will go and delete the ones that I've done for the training. But each one of you must just go through. But I really want the people to first practice and see, what everything that must be done before you go live on the system.
Okay, yeah.
All right. And then obviously you with this one, you can export this to Excel. and just make sure that you compare with the current bookings that you may still have in Knightsbridge, and make sure you upload the new ones.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you see there's your, okay, let's quickly run through your, it still doesn't, yeah, this is what it should look like, you see? Is the name, obviously, okay. Date of birth, okay, Maggie, what I would look at, I wouldn't call this, I wouldn't use this. Because if people arrive at your door and they fill in this, then, you know, it's not pre-arrival. We're delighted to welcome you soon. Okay. Just say we're looking forward to, or we welcome you to Yamu. All right, so it can be used either or. And then your country of origin, you see here's the drop down now with all the different countries. And then there's your camera. And then physical address. There's the liability. They have to agree. They have to sign. Telephone number. Ah, there's a, where did you hear about us? So if they say other, yeah, so then they finished, then they checked in. So Henrietta's gone. So that's how it works. I'm just not, are those, I just want to look at the questions quickly again. Okay, country of picture, physical address, indemnity, sign. You know, for example, what you can do, and it's just, then you just do it as information. It's just to tell people that you've got a restaurant on site. And they can make a booking with reservations, or, you know, tell them about the spa. So it's all just like information that you want to put into this. Or you can, just give them information to say we've got a spa and a restaurant on site. Should you wish to make a booking, please speak to our reservation or receptionist, or whatever the case may be, just so that they are aware of it. But it's up to you. Okay. But this is now active and alive and set up. That's good. Right, finally, questions. More questions. More comments.
From my, not from my side at the moment.
Okay,
nothing from our side as well.
Yeah, we've come to the end of the training, but I'm going to actually ask Henriette to also upload this training session onto that YouTube channel. And you know, if there's, but I think Monique, you've realized that if there's anything, you know, basic